Check.
Good goal he scored. I don't know why I can say my passion. You might I still got too much weight there. Well, the other night.
check, check, check. It's broken. Check.
Well, we welcome you back to Bob Jones University in Greenville, South Carolina. Here's a recap of the first half. Nate Warwick joining me, Paul Wright here, and thank you for joining us again. It was a very exciting, now that is if, of course, you're a BJU Bruins fan, it was a very exciting first half. 1-0 the score, and I think it's safe to say, Nate, that the BJU Bruins certainly controlled play throughout the entire first half.
Absolutely. Every facet of the game, from ball possession to ball control, winning the free balls, shots on goal, everything seemed to go the Bruins' way except for once hitting the back of the net. Only Ryan McCarty's early strike just less than 3 minutes into the game was really the only shot that's actually found a home. Then Travis Woodham very late in the first half almost got it in, but it bounced off the crossbar. All the other ones have gone wide or the defense has been there. I think what this game comes down to, though, is the fantastic play of Elijah Smith in goal. Sorry, we've been calling him John Wright throughout the game, but it is Elijah Smith in goal for the Eagles. He has been fantastic. The one goal he let in, really not his fault, and he has saved several close ones.
He is a fine player. Yes, we did have the wrong name. Elijah Smith in goal for the Toccoa Eagles, and he, as I said, I think during the game, he can play on my team. He is the defense. He came out when he needed to. He laid his body out, sacrificed everything he had to stop balls from going in the back of the net, did a splendid job.
And he is just a sophomore, so you know the Eagles have to be happy that they'll have him around for a couple more years. Hopefully they'll be able to add some better defensive parts around. But for the moment, the Bruins getting ready to kick off here the second half. They're in white going from right to left on your screen. And of course the Toccoa Falls College Eagles will be in the dark blue going from left to right.
Well, we expect to see a lot of the same kind of action. I think Coach McCormick really substitutes wisely during the half. Now, in the second half now, we know that NCAA rules allow one re-entry. So if a player is substituted for, he may come back into the match one time if he is substituted for. So McCormick will use this substitution to his advantage in every way he can.
Now the Bruins attacked very heavily in the first half, even with a lead. I would expect to see that still be the same, especially since they only have a 1-goal edge here in the second half. If it gets to 2 or 3, might see them relax just a little bit. But for now, they're definitely pressing the attack. That's on the far side, and it will be out of bounds.
Well, we're starting off good. We knocked the ball to the flank and spreading that defense out. That's the biggest advantage of playing the wings. It does pull the defenders out and opens up in front of that goal mouth. And that, of course, tactically is what you want to do.
Hard slide tackle there will yield a foul and a kick for the Eagles. On the far side, looking to send it probably into the middle. There it is. It's a good send. But it will just pass through untouched. And McLean will turn and drive it down the other way.
That was a good turn.
And now charging up with it. Here we go again. Tommy Sims back in the game. Sat out the end part of the first half. And McCarty back in the game as well. He has the one goal, sending it through, trying to get it to Allen. But it bounces right out to Sims. Sims over to Allen. It's too far. But harnessed and corralled by her. Sent across. Here we go. Got it into Allen. Allen close to the goal. Sent in. Wide. And now it's going to be out and it should be a corner kick.
It is a corner. That's the 5th corner that BJ has had this match. I don't believe there's one corner that the Bruins have given up to the Eagles.
That was some textbook passing too. Some through balls that just cut right through the defense and good working it right up to the goal mouth. And now Sims with the send. That's going to pass through untouched. And that's going to be some tough pressure from behind, and Bruins will get a kick. Sent it pretty far back. Still have to walk that one back up. We'll chip it back up.
I think referee Canales is having a word with the player that threw the ball away. That's unsporting conduct when you do that.
The wall is pretty close, and the referees will back them off now. Here we go. Good chance for the Bruins. Players running inside. Here we go. The send. All the way to the goal. Grabbed by Elijah Smith.
Elijah has a pretty good vertical leap. Do you see how he got up?
I think he could probably grab onto the crossbar with both hands without really any trouble whatsoever. McCarty coming up a little bit limpy on that after getting knocked over. That's not good. Hopefully he can walk that off. Going all the way across now and drop back toward her. Grabbed by McLean.
Oh, good idea.
Tried to get it to McCarty.
The idea is to put the ball where they aren't.
Here we go. Bruins coming back down, sending it through the middle. Bounces once, and Smith will corral it in once again. Elijah Smith, brother to Noah Smith on the defense. We've called out his name a number of times. Noah Jr. and Elijah the sophomore. Dropping back is Sims, and Beatles will drop it all the way back, resetting to Cave. That was just a good challenge there. That's a chance for the Eagles. It's a good pass, but misplayed, and that will roll out for a goal kick. That was probably the Eagles' best or second best chance they've had today, as they had Michael Howell charging up, but he was unable to put that shot on net at all and out of danger.
I must say I'm a little glad that he did misplay that, or the ball was struck just a little too hard, but that was a very dangerous attack by the Eagles.
Now we do have, I believe, a goalie change for the Bruins. That is John Sandy in goal now, I believe. Not sure on that for sure, but I believe that is Sandy. Beatles with the throw in. Trying to get it to her. A lot of pressure. Nice save by Sims. That was a tough one. Used the toe well there. Trying to work this one out of danger as the Eagles just putting a ton of pressure on them here on this sideline.
And the Eagles are putting pressure on, but the Bruins are handling it very, very well. Every game you've seen them handle pressure. You've seen the Bruins handle pressure a little better. And that's a sign of seasoning as the season goes on, if you will.
Garrigo throwing in, trying to get it in there to Gaylor, who looked to take a little bit of a fall there early on, but he appears to be okay. And it will be a kick coming back the other way. Yeah, that is number 1, John Sandy, in goal now for the Bruins. Lawson didn't have to do a whole lot in the first half, and hoping that it will be more of the same for Sandy here in the second. Nice kick down the middle. McCarty got ahead on it, and chasing it down there was Woodham. Wasn't quite able to get to it.
Referee making number 13 back up a bit, and
It's Justin Lewis.
managing the game very well.
Lewis is actually a transfer from Clearwater, played there last year. This is his first year with Toccoa, although he is a sophomore. Cave sends it, nice switch fields there. One touch by McLean into Jordan Allen in the middle. Errant pass there, but otherwise the other three were very nice. Here's a send down the far side, taken away by Overly. He's done a fine job there on defense. And Allen will get another chance at this. Send it in the middle, nice one touch there again. Woodham, he's got Beatles wide open. There he is. Beatles looking to send this one to the inside.
Oh,
nice cut move.
Nice.
There's the middle pass. Controlled by Allen. Looking for the shot, played with it too long. Here's
Too many
Sims.
touches.
Sims sends it across, and got lucky there as it squirts right through. And put that one way too far. No chance. That was a case where I think Beatles just played with it way too long here on this side.
Yep, you've got, when you are standing in the, look for a seam. No soccer defense is ever going to give you a wide open goal. You have to look for seams. A one touch would have been very nice there. Yeah, two touch at most, but I think we had a 3 or 4 touch by that time the ball was moved out.
Here's Sims. He's got Woodham up the middle. He's going to cut this one back and go to Beatles. Beatles back to Sims. That was a nice give and go. Works through the pressure. There's the nice drop to, Woodham. Coming up the side, can't get to it. Now it's sent back the other way as Garrigo. Looking up the top, that's going to stay in bounds, but good hustle from Cave, and he'll drop that back to Sandy. Fine defense there. Bit of a botched goal kick, though, from Sandy. Got his foot underneath it. Her able to control it, though. Now working it back down the right side again. Far side from our point of view. Wasn't quite ready for that one as it went off the back of his foot. So Ryan McCarty was trying for that one. McLean comes over and sends this one over to Sims. Sims has a little bit of time, drops it back to, just totally blanked there for a second. It's Beatles, thank you. Now going across middle once again, just controlling the ball, looking for those openings.
Working the ball nicely up the pitch.
It's a good cross into the middle, but not quite fast enough to it from the guys in the box.
I'm
Dribbling this
surprised.
one all the way in and too far.
I'm surprised we're not lofting the ball more. The height advantage we have over the Eagles is considerable, and rather than driving the ball as happened on the right flank, loft it, get it high, so we have an opportunity to get ahead on the ball and knock it down into the goal mouth.
This game has been moving along very quickly, already 9 minutes into the second half. Bruins still hold a 1-0 edge. Just under 36 minutes to go in regulation for this contest. Bruins looking to move to 3-4 on the season. Sims has it now on the near side. Like to get it to Woodham if he can. Taken away from her, but gotten back right away. Dropped all the way back to Cave. Cave swinging it across to Overly.
Good change field coming here. That's working it. Letting the ball do the work.
Definitely something they've improved on since that first game we saw.
Indeed.
Against Southern Wesleyan.
But we haven't seen the team speed like we saw when Southern Wesleyan was playing. They were awfully quick.
This is true. Of course, hopefully we will continue to improve throughout the season. Bruins, as we mentioned earlier, trying to reverse a 3-game losing streak, but they are looking very dominant here today. Hopefully can put at least one more up on the board, but if not, at least that the defense will hold. And for the Eagles, this has to feel an awful lot like deja vu, as so many games, 6 of their 10 games this year have been 1-0 contests. And their goalie, Elijah Smith, has done an outstanding job, but their offense really has generated nothing, and the Bruins attack has been very efficient for the most part. Unable to finish a lot of the drives, but in terms of eating up a lot of clock and owning the ball, they have done that very, very well. Another chance here. I think he just tripped over the ball there. Didn't look like he got pushed at all. Then Woodham tried to take it in, but no good. Still on the Eagles half, though. Working to the inside.
It was a good no call by the referee. It shows a lot of experience that Ronnie has, and he's refereed 20 years or so, and again at the highest levels. I think I mentioned in the first half, Ronnie was an MLS referee. He's done the ACC final in the Division I men's play. He's been a very experienced and seasoned referee.
For the first time this game, Vincent Wilson has entered the game. Number 14 there that just came on. See what kind of impact he can have. First sub of the half for the Bruins. Couple nice three nice one touches there all in a row for the Bruins. And
lovely ball there.
The more that improves, the more goals you're going to see go in.
And that is the 6th corner. When the corners are taken, or rather when you add up the numbers of corner taken, it always gives an indication of how the attack is going.
Sent all the way in, and I believe that is a goal or offside.
It is out of the. It is another corner kick by the looks of it. Yeah, I thought the ball hit the outside of the outside edge of the net.
That was a massive humidity there. They're going to do it again. Header squirts all the way through. Chasing it down there. Should probably just drop this one back. Nope. Ooh. Nasty tumble there. And they are going to award the Bruins a kick. Just fell right over top of Eric Garrigo there. A little bit shaken up on the play, but it looks like he'll be okay. That's Daniel Herr, who took the tumble.
Who would have had a better attack, of course, as you suggested, dropping the ball to his player, who.
Sims sends it through and just off target. That one almost worked beautifully. And then Lovelace actually got a decent shot on the ball as it squirted through, but Eagles defense in the way once again. Bruins still pushing the attack with everything they have and now getting ready for a throw in on the far side.
I'd like to see McLean really wing it in, just like that.
It's a nice high rainbowing one. Still kept inside the box.
First time.
To Allen. That's actually a fine clear by the Eagles. Got that one out of trouble in a hurry. But Allen looked like he had a pretty good shot, but Eagles are jamming the box with pretty much all the players they have. Really hard for a shot to get through at this point. While that's effective in stopping a lot of goals, it makes it almost impossible for you to score because it takes so long for all your players to get up the field. They all have to come from the box. Trying to make a run right here, but 3 Bruins right around it. Nice control by the Eagles. Switching fields across, that's looking for Garrigo. Now drop back inside and wide of the goal.
Good try, nice idea, and a dangerous attack by the Eagles.
Trying to put some pressure on the Bruins defense that has so far had a pretty easy time of it, and when the pressure has come, they have not hardly even bent and definitely haven't broken.
And they forced the Eagles to take their shots from very far out. So that certainly speaks well of how they're pushing forward and controlling play in their defensive third of the field.
Some good touches and a nice send, but Eagles weren't ready for it. Sandy scoops it up easily. Inside 30 minutes to go here in the game, 2/3 of the way through. Bruins holding a 1-0 lead over the Toccoa Falls Eagles. Really looked sharp, but I'd like to see at least one more goal go in.
We got beat in the air again. We have tall players, and Toccoa is certainly winning more balls in the air than we are. And with a height advantage, that's surprising to me.
Beatles gave a stab. That's how he lost that other one, but now Sims working with it. turns the corner nicely, but unfortunately taken away there by Justin Lewis. Taken back away by Sims. That was actually a stab that worked right there.
Yeah, it was one of the few.
Stephen Lee just totally chucked his leg out there, but one of the rare times it worked. Nice header back the other way by Beatles. Now trying to send it for Gaylor. Actually, great hustle by Gaylor, but it will end up being a throw-in, and he's going to, or nope, it will be for the Eagles. He signaled for the Bruins initially, but it will be an Eagles throw-in.
I was talking to Gaylor's father at halftime, and he said that Gaylor, number 11, was injured earlier on in the season, and I was glad to know that it didn't happen when he was fouled here at midfield in the first half. So he's playing with a couple of bruised ribs and very, very tender.
Dangerous here as Garrigo sends it across the middle. Header, but corralled by Sandy, and I think that may officially be the first shot on goal for the Eagles. But
You're right.
That was a fine service, though, and really not a bad header.
That was an excellent header. I'm just glad our goalkeeper was where he needed to be.
Bruins on the attack once again. Didn't waste any time getting back over into the offensive side of things. Now sending it over for Garrigo again. Corralled easily by Cave and back to Overly. Cave can't play with it too far. He's got a lot of pressure on him, and it will be a throw-in. Here's Garrigo. And we are going to have substitutions coming in for both teams. Coming out will be Michael Howell.
Number 19 coming in for the Eagles, Dustin Martin.
He played quite a bit of the first half.
And number 6 coming in for the Bruins, that's Matt Moore.
He also saw some significant time at forward. And actually, he's started quite a number of the Bruins games, so no surprise to see the freshman out there once again. One of the 2 nursing majors on the team, Vincent Wilson, who is also on the field right now, is the other one. Eagles send this one high in the air toward the box. And will it be, I believe it's the first Eagles corner of the day. Starting to mount some attacks now.
They are indeed.
All it takes is one good play to even this up. That's a good corner. What a punch out by Sandy. That one really had some distance on it.
Gaylor had a lovely service here on the near side of the field earlier on, and he had it exactly where it needed to be. He served it right to the 18.
Eagles really starting to show a little bit of life on offense. Bruins defense going to have to be really careful. They still have only a 1-goal lead. All it takes is one play. Back to Elijah Smith. Smith's going to send this one. What a header. Oh, and he was offside by quite a lot. Matt Moore was by at least a good few yards. Was a fine header, though.
Strong header, but to no avail, and really no one had an opportunity to run on it. Looked good, though, didn't it? That was a $5 header.
26 minutes to go here in regulation. Eagles pressing the attack, but Bruins with the lead 1-0. Haven't looked quite as in control.
We're a little flat right now. We're in the first half we were challenging every ball. Now we're standing flat-footed, like we're getting a little tired.
Which very well may be. We'll see. The game continues. Nice control there by Stice. Here's the send. Sandy with the slide in. The ball is still up and out, and that will be another corner.
Yeah, we've gone from no corners to 2 corners here.
And that last one was a very, very fine corner. It was just better played by John Sandy.
I'm surprised that the Eagles haven't brought more people up in the box, or maybe this is a set piece they have. Now they're moving some folks in.
That's high toward the back of the box. And actually, it was Timberlake who got ahead on it for the Eagles, but completely in the wrong direction. Now Lewis with the throw in. And he's one of their defensemen. So you see the Eagles really going for it right now. Started throwing it twice. Now he's going to go all the way in.
Good call. One of the 5 criteria for a legal charge is not putting a hip into someone. A good shoulder to shoulder. The ball has to be in front of you within playing distance, at least 1 foot in the ground. A nudge with a near shoulder, the arms close to the body. But sticking a hip in somebody is not one of the criteria. Good call.
Sandy will get yet another kick from his goal box. Targeting the middle of the field. Almost got it to Moore with that header. Now Gaylor coming the other way.
And a direct free kick given to the Eagles.
Bit of a trip up there and a little slow to get up. Just trying to walk it off close to midfield. Just a little tap over to the far side.
Coming up on 23.5 minutes remaining. And again, the BJU Bruins are in the lead, 1-0. And if we don't tighten up our defense, that 1-goal lead could very easily slip away.
That was a sharp shot from Sully Adams, but credit Cave with getting in the way and making Sandy's job a whole lot easier. He took a lot off that shot for him. Ball still bouncing around, trying to get it to Woodham. I'm sorry, to Sims. Sims almost got to it. Well, he got to it, but he almost kept control, but he gets bumped over, and that will be a direct kick.
A direct kick indeed.
Either Sims or Beatles. It looks like Beatles is going to take it. A lot of guys from the far side of the box, you imagine, are probably going to be running in toward the middle. Elijah Smith ready to turn aside. Here it is, and that one's to the opposite side, and Smith completely unchallenged for it. I don't think that's where Beatles wanted that kick.
And our players still standing flat-footed, and nobody crashing the goal mouth.
Cave, a good header to Beatles to send that the other way.
Moving into the goal mouth does a couple of things. One, it gets us in position to head the ball or kick the ball into the goal. It also—
Oh, here's Moore. This is a good chance. Deflected to the far side.
Should be finished.
Shot up, over, and to the other side. Smith got just enough of it to send it away. Taken away by, nope.
Throw in, his ball went out of bounds.
Vincent Wilson will take it.
Substitutions coming in for the Bruins.
2 of them with 22 minutes. Daniel Herr coming out.
And it is Jordan Allen coming in, as well as number 25, and that, of course, is
Cody Lehman.
Yeah, Cody Lehman.
And Vincent Wilson, the other one, coming out, so they gave him a spell. But Allen and Lehman, 2 of the starters and 2 of the anchors this team, Allen especially. Expect them to have some impact here. Lehman working with it. Eagles trying to send it the other way. Beatles on the challenge. Drops it back. Errant pass, and that will go out of bounds, intended for Garrigo. Here's Sims. McCarty with it. Of course, he is the difference right now, the lone goal scorer. 1-0 Bruins. 21 minutes, 15 seconds to go in the second half. Bruins working it around near the middle.
Time for patience, lads. Time for patience.
Sims is wide open on the near side if they hit him. There we go. Now he's going to try to bring it inside. Loves doing the footwork. Got it chipped away from him a little bit. He's going to give it over to Beatles.
Here comes an overlap.
Beatles wants it into the middle, but doesn't have anybody there. There we go. Now he got it to Moore. Moore shot too high. Right idea, though. Do you think you should have taken maybe 1 or 2 more touches, try to get in a little closer, or was that a good shot there?
I thought it was a good shot. He split the defenders nicely. Again, that same old bugaboo that when you lean back, you're always going to lift the ball a little too high. Another sub coming in here.
McCarty coming out.
And number 26, Travis Woodham, coming in.
He's the one in the first half that had that one that bounced off the crossbar. Expect to see him heavily involved in the offense. Beatles is going to crossfield, something they haven't done in quite a while, so good decision there. The attack has been on this near side for several minutes. Going inside to Moore, sending it up the far side. It's a foot race. We got it, then fell over. So Eagles sending it back the other way now.
Well, there's just no other way to put it. We got it, but fell over.
Eagles with a chance here. Sending up the far side. Bruins defense cave with the header. Kick through. This is a chance. Nice snag.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Well done, Sandy.
Sandy with some elevation as Gaylor had really a pretty direct shot. Really not a bad one either, just well played by Sandy. Now right around midfield is Bruins still controlling it. Turning the corner, sending it over. Matt Moore trying to get some separation.
And holding the ball too long. We need to knock it to someone who is not as cluttered as we are.
Moore's shot gets blocked again. We've seen that happen a lot. Smith with a leaping grab. And even that shot there was still deflected. We're dribbling it in inside and then launching a shot, but a lot of those shots are being intercepted by either Noah Smith or Andy Howeller or Justin Lewis on the defense. They're getting pieces of them.
We're dribbling into the defenders. We're creating problems for ourselves rather than using space.
Woodham with a nice pass to Sims. Sims sends it across, but too high for Moore. Gonna try to save it, but can't. Sims once again was wide open. He's really been open a lot on this near side. That's part of why they're using this so much, but so far the crosses have not found a way to create a goal yet. They've come close several times, but now just over 18 minutes to go. Bruins still lead 1-0. Smith with the kick, looking near side, over Garrigo. Beatles sends it up to Sims. Sims back to Beatles. What a nice chest pass there. Here's Moore. And see him trying to maybe work with it just a little bit too much himself there. Hard pressure on Lovelace. Nice turn and go, but too far. I'll just let that one roll out of bounds and give Smith yet another kick. How many kicks do you think he's taken today?
He's taken a few, and he has saved. I'd like to know how many saves he has. I have been keeping track of that, but statistically he has done an excellent job. Elijah Smith, very fine goalkeeper for Toccoa Falls.
He has really kept them in this thing. And the Bruins still pressing the attack. Here we go. Beatles to Sims. And right now, the clock is the Bruins' friend as they have just under 17 minutes to go, and they do hold the 1-0 lead off of Ryan McCarty's goal very early in the game.
We are playing flat right now. There's no vitality, no energy. We're reacting to the ball slowly. We'll take the foul.
And it's the second time they've kicked it away.
Yeah, that's not the.
That was clearly after the whistle.
Not the most sporting thing to do. It's a gesture so your defense can get back and set, and that's why it's considered unsporting.
Here we go. Here's the send. That's a good send too. Off the head, nice snag. And does it go in though? The
goal
flag is up. Is it a goal?
It is a goal.
That was a good attempt by Smith and just an excellent send in.
Well, the assistant referee indicated it was a goal. The referee overruled and said, well.
They're putting it at the middle.
They are. Put it on the board.
But your guess is as good as mine as to who actually put that in. A massive humanity there. There had to be at least 6 players in the goal box right there, all by Elijah Smith. It looked like he almost harnessed it in all the way, but that's something we mentioned earlier on in the broadcast, that occasionally he didn't quite get that first grab in all the way, and that was the time it came back to bite him. Bruins have to feel really good about that second goal right now, as it makes their prognosis for this game look a whole lot better.
Josh Jordan came in for the Eagles, and I'm not altogether sure that wasn't an own goal. The goalkeeper was fumbling around with the ball just a bit on the goal line. But
they were right at the corner of the goal, too.
Yep. But nevertheless, it's 2-0. The Bruins on top. 19 minutes, 4 seconds remaining. Good shot.
Sandy almost paid for that one, but
we almost were at a 1-goal deficit there again.
That was another worm burner.
It sure was.
That one was scorching along the pitch.
Those are very, very difficult to handle. As an old goalkeeper, I can sure attest to that.
Headed up in the air by Timberlake. Sent back into the middle. Trying to work with it, and also Jordan required trying to make a impact there. And nice takeaway. Charging back the other way. Moore really has some speed. He's trying to work it to Woodham. Nope, he's going to drop it out to the outside. Shot way too high.
A little bit too selfish there. Mr. Moore should have knocked the ball over to his runner that was running free on the outside, who could have easily lofted the ball, and we had numbers up. We had three players here, and the guy, the winger on the outside. So we, good decision. That a better decision could have been made there.
Smith with the kick, headed back the other way. Woodham trying to win the foot race to it, and he does win possession. Here's Woodham, challenged hard from behind, and that'll be a corner kick, I believe.
Yep, number 7.
And as usual, Sims rushing over to the corner to take it. Had a couple close calls off corners. In case you're just joining us, just over 13.5 to go here in the game. McCarty scored an early goal just less than 3 minutes into the game, and then just a few minutes ago, don't know who to credit it to, but the Bruins got a goal off the inside. This corner kick is cleared out, but still toward the end of the box, and we are going to have stopping the clock. A little bit hard from behind. Can you tell who that is? We've got a yellow. He was outside the box, so it will not be a penalty kick, but I believe we will have a direct free kick. That was a pretty hard challenge from behind.
Yeah, I'm not sure who Mr. Canales carded, either number 9 or number 7, but they were both at a distance. I always like to see a referee get right up and hold it over the player, but that was sort of a Southern Belle call, long distance.
Here we go. This is a similar play to how they scored their last goal. That was just lasered right into the wall. No chance for that to succeed, but they're still around. Bounces off and in! Tommy Sims, who has come so close so many times off the deflection, makes this a 3-0 game.
Bruins goal, Tommy Sims.
That deflected off a defender, and it was a hard shot. The defender had absolutely no chance. Elijah Smith had it all lined up until the ball ricocheted off one of his players.
That's the one case where your player getting in the way kind of hurts you rather than helps you, but credit Tommy Sims there too. That was a very well put shot. Had a lot of power on it, and I think it would have been pretty directly on goal even if the defender hadn't been there. Whether Smith would have saved it or not, I don't know, but well shot. He had a couple very close calls in the first half, and hits pay dirt here as the Bruins now have a commanding 3-0 lead with just 13 minutes to go. And you know the home crowd is loving it.
Josh Gaylor comes back in for Toccoa Falls, number 11.
Hopefully feeling okay between the ribs and the tumble he took earlier. Bruins, of course, would like to keep this a shutout. Build some more positive momentum. Here's Sims again on the near side. He's got Woodham up the middle.
Lovely ball.
That was a good way to play it, too. Here's the send into the middle. Smith with the grab this time.
It was a good service. A little bit further out wouldn't have hurt, but a good service.
It's a line drive of a send. Headed around. Nice pass by Lehman. No look behind the back there. Sims getting a little fancy now, giving it back to Beatles. One touch by Allen. Allen moving to the inside. Gets it up to Sims. Sims in a foot race with Smith. Smith deflects it out of bounds. That should be a corner. Nope, they're going to say Sims touched it last. It'll be a goal kick.
Yeah, I thought it. Usually when the ball goes over the goal line, when two players are going after it, usually the attacking player knocked it out, and that does appear to be the difference. Actually, they're calling it, looks like someone was offside, so it's an indirect free kick.
Either way, Bruins have to be feeling a lot better here in the last 10 minutes after they put 2 more goals on the board and scored since the first few minutes of the game. And now that the dominance of ball possession and of shots is finally starting to show up a little bit more clearly on the scoreboard. Here's a good chance for the Eagles. That's a little bit of pushing and shoving going from Cave, but it'll be a throw in for Howell. Howell's got Jordan there on the far side. Now he's going to go inside. That's Timberlake. It's headed up in the air. This is dangerous. Still across the middle. Now Cave getting out to the outside. Timberlake still with it. Tries to volley it right out of the air, and that's going curling across to the far side. Still a lot of heading around. Sent down the far side and give defense a little bit of a chance to reset. Powered into the middle. Oh, this is very dangerous. Shot. Saved by Sandy. Timberlake with a direct shot toward the right side of the goal. And Sims actually misplays it out of bounds. Credit Sandy with a nice save there.
Difficult ball to handle, and he handled it very, very nicely. Another dangerous play. Clear the ball. Preferably not out of bounds.
Johnson sent it to Howell, and Howell put a nice shot there. Here's Howell again. Back to Johnson. Crossing in. Headed out of danger. Here's Sims. He's got some time. Sends it right back up the middle. A little bit of a misplay there from Lee. Lee is pressured hard by two different guys right now. Gives it up to Gaylor. Sims working on him hard from behind. Gaylor almost tripped up there as well. Johnson giving it up. Good challenge from Lehman there.
Well done. Throw in Bruins.
That was great defense from Cody Lehman. Nice pass to Sims. Just under 10 minutes to go. Bruins with a commanding 3-0 lead here over the Toccoa Falls Eagles. A lot of positives to take from this game for sure. Cleared away by the Eagles, but three Bruins defenders right there. Tried to run through it, and it's knocked out of bounds by Martin. Or I'm sorry, Martin knocked it out of bounds off the Bruins player there. Bruins taking it back over midfield. Far side, sending it into the middle. Lehman chips it up to Allen.
Nice play.
Lehman gave a little bit of a stutter step, shot, and deflects off of Andy Howeller. On the far side, and that will be a throw in for the Eagles. But even with the 3-0 lead, you see the Bruins just attacking, and on the when the Eagles have had some nice chances down here, defense has been solid, and Sandy's come up with a couple of very fine saves. In the middle, Lehman with a chance. Still bouncing around. Smith comes out though and grabs it.
I think most of the Bruins, or at least the midfielders and front runners, are very, very anxious to try to put the ball in the back of the net again. And they tend to be carrying the ball themselves a little bit too much. But when you're up 3-0, you can sort of create on your own a little bit more than you can if you're down 3-0.
Or at least you can try to.
That's right.
Some nice passing, good give and go there from the Eagles. Working with it now on the far side, looking to curve it inside. They had Gaylor there if they could get it to him. Good defense, still with it on the outside. This is still easily could be a good shot, but Bruins with a nice turn and go.
Patience, patience. You only have a player up.
Oh, that's a good send. Here we go. Here's McCarty. He's got a chance. He's tripped up. And it's going to be a play on. Oh, okay. Now that one's got to be a call, I think. Yep, sure enough. That one, McCarty got bowled over. That's going to be Stephen Lee, who is carded. Stephen Lee, number 4. And I'd say that is a well-warranted one. He just flat out plowed him over right there. McCarty almost had a great chance at a good shot in the box on that send. Outran the two defenders. Here we go.
And McCarty could have gone either way. The referee could have called it. They were both tangled up. And I think it was a good no call inside the box.
Good pass, but well cleared. That's Stephen Lee trying to make up for his mistake as he clears it out. Inside to Woodham. Woodham, good drop back to Allen there. Allen with a nice little stutter step. Bring it around. Crossing it into the inside.
That's a nice service.
Oh!
Great save.
And that's once again Stephen Lee. See him giving a very emphatic double high five there as he just almost certainly saved what would have been goal number 4.
That was an excellent play. He hooked that right off the line. Well done by Stephen Lee.
And a good cross by Jordan Allen to make that necessary.
That was a textbook service. The ball was lifted and it was out at about the 12-yard line. Good shot on goal. Excellent play. Good sequence.
Sims with the corner. It's a little low, off the head, bouncing around in the box. Tries to clear it, can't. Still in there. Still a chance. Lehman with it, drops it back. Going for Allen, and they started to clear it away, but headed back in. Still in the box. Nobody really has it. And finally the Eagles able to clear it out. Pandemonium there for a little bit.
That's what makes this game fun.
And Beatles steps in front of it, lost his footing. I'll at least slow it down a little bit as Howell will get the throw in.
Coming up on 6 minutes remaining, 3-0, the Bruins in the lead.
Stice and Howell working with it, and that almost looked like it was a hip tackle. Johnson misplays it. It's going to go all the way up.
A pretty sloppy, clumsy play here of late. I'm not sure what the players are doing on both sides.
Got Sims open and Beatles open on the near side. They're going to drop this one all the way back to Sandy. Like I said, at this point with 3-0, clock is very much your friend. Going forward, almost got it to Woodham there, couldn't quite. Trying to make the turn and coming back the other way. Here's the Eagles, send down the side. Charging forward is Stice. Stice has it. Shot deflected. Back up towards Stice again. This is going to roll all the way through to Sandy. That was good defense there on the far side by McLean. Really did not let that shot get anywhere near Sandy on that initial attempt.
I was glad to see John Sandy took charge back there and called his backs off and got the ball. That's exactly the right thing to do. Use all of your 6 seconds that you're allowed. A goalkeeper has to put the ball back into play before 6 seconds elapses when he is controlling it.
McCarty with a chance. Over to Lehman. I'm sorry, that's Moore. Moore dribbling through. Bounces over and Smith takes charge.
I'm not sure how that worked, but he muscled his way through, and it looks like we have an injured player.
There's 2 Eagles crouched over, one on his knees, one just bent over double. I think the one might just be a cramp, but that's yeah, Lewis looks to be okay, but still down on the ground. I'm thinking that's Smith. Let's see if is that number 2, Noah Smith?
I can't see the number yet.
It's down on his knees right now. Stephen Lee over there along with is that the assistant coach, I think? Rolls him over. Clock stopped at 4:33. Bruins up 3-0 over the Eagles. Played a very sharp game. McCarty scored the first goal, and second goal came off of kind of a massive crowd and after a free kick went in, and then Tommy Sims off a defender's deflection made it 3-0. Right now we're just waiting to see if Eagles player will be okay. Still has not risen.
Afraid he got his bell rung pretty good here. Still having trouble seeing a number. Looks like number 9. Timberlake.
No, I believe that's 19, Dustin Martin.
Okay.
Yep, that's Dustin Martin walking off the field there.
Yeah, number 19, Dustin Martin.
So good that he is able to walk off okay. There have been a few Eagles have gotten pretty rattled here. Now it looks like Sims is going to take a seat. And into the game now is Phil Beardsley for the first time today.
A few years ago, the NCAA required a number to be on the back and the front of the uniform. It could be on the jersey, but it had to be on the pants, on the shorts. Made it team identification a lot easier. Now they've rescinded that rule, and you can, as long as you have a number on the front somewhere. I always liked the idea of having it on the shorts. It was a little easier to see.
I don't know. I think it looks kind of classy too, personally, but
I think so.
This will be a Bruins throw-in near midfield on the far side. Got a set of fresh legs in there in Beardsley here on the near side. See if he makes any impact. Bit of a misplay and seen some. Oh, that's offside.
Yeah, it sure was.
Missed the shot anyway, but he was definitely offside. Inside 4 minutes to go. Bruins with a 3-0 lead, and What has been the single biggest factor in the Bruins commanding this game so much?
I think the first half, how they attacked and simply went to every ball, challenged every ball, reacted quickly to every ball, and that kind of reaction wears teams down. The second half, they didn't have to work as hard to win balls as they did in the first half because they established the turf. But they're reacting to the ball quickly, and winning balls really put their stamp on this game.
You see, even here in the second half, as the Eagles have mounted some more charges, it has been the Bruins time and time again. Beardsley wanted that one down on the near side, but he was almost offside. One sent way down the field, but it looks like Cave should win that foot race easily. In fact, he's going to yield to Overly. That'll be bumped out
That was a
for a
smart
goal
play.
kick.
Smart play. The Bruin knocked the ball off a defender and went out over the goal line, so it is a goal kick.
Overly is just a sophomore, but he has shown some very sharp playing here today.
Here's a little note for you. On a goal kick or any ball that's taken, any free kick taken inside the penalty area has to leave the penalty area before it can be touched or played by another player. You didn't know that, did you?
I did actually, only because that happened to us in society one time. We misplayed it and it didn't go outside the goal area, which is really sad, but it did happen. That was an interesting game.
Sounds like it.
It probably wouldn't surprise you to tell you that we only won about 5 games over the 4 years I was there.
Well, you had fun.
I did. Soccer is a fantastic game to get to play. Now ball changing possession all over the place near the middle of the Eagles half of the field. Now they're going to get a throw in. And right now, Bruins just trying to milk the clock, take this out, keep the shutout. 137 and counting. Nice little bicycle kick. Here's a chance. Moving inside. Moore tried to get a piece of it, couldn't quite do it. And we've seen him consistently just hold on to the ball a little bit too long, try to touch it too many times. And it's come back to hurt him several times.
Oh, nice idea, but
Lehman trying to get it to Beatles. Going back the other way, Stice with it. Drops it back, over to Stice again. Taken away once again, Overly there. Good, just take your time, drop it back. Just over a minute to go now. Woodham looking to do something with it.
1 minute remaining.
Lehman sends up UC Smith coming all the way out. Actually headed that, I think.
yes, he did. That's good awareness of where he was on the pitch.
And that will be a goal kick. 45 seconds and counting. Bruins closing in on a shutout victory. They're up 3-0. And this has been a great game for the fans to watch. Very exciting. 3 good goals from the Bruins. Solid defense, great ball control. And it's been a fun one to announce.
It sure has been, Nate. I've enjoyed working with you this evening. Thank you for working with me. I think it's been a good game. Both teams came out and put it all on the line. Unfortunately for the Eagles, they came up a little short, but well, we got to say we're real happy that the Bruins did so well.
Absolutely, they continue to improve. And this is official. BJU Bruins 3, Toccoa Falls College Eagles 0. Bruins dominated the game from start to finish. They moved to 3-4 on the season and dropped the Eagles to 4-7.
Great improvement by our BJU Bruins. Well, it is a beautiful evening for soccer here in Greenville, South Carolina, and how we thank you so very much for joining us. We also want to give a special thanks to business administration student Ryan Kappel, who was doing his first game as a cameraman tonight. Now, our next soccer webcast is this Friday, the 28th of September, when the Bob Jones University Bruins will host Columbia International. Kickoff is at 7:30. Until then, this is Paul Wright with Nate Warwick saying goodbye from Bob Jones University.